And welcome back to CTV News. It comes with a price tag of $3 million, and believe it or not, it's an art piece you simply can't miss if you're heading to Christchurch from the north.
It's finally here, placed near the motorway north of Christchurch. Back in 2005, it was suppressed off the Sydney Harbour Bridge on one of the biggest nights for celebration, New Year's Eve, and was gifted to the city back in 2007. And finally, a decade on, it's made its way to our shores here in the Garden City. The structure known as Fanfare has been greeting commuters in and out of the city for only a few days, being officially opened last night. With 360 reflective pinwheels, it'll bring the sphere to life, being one of the country's largest public art pieces. CTV News has followed its journey here. Back in February, there was excitement from sculptor Neil Dawson, when preparation was going on at the site.
When you make these big public art works and there's a lot of energy and a lot of work goes into them and they're only up for 3 weeks, it's kind of sad. So the fact that it has an ongoing life is an absolute treat, and the fact that it's near my hometown is even better.
And back then he believed it would take time for commuters to understand its beauty.
And it may only happen in a flash of a second as you drive past, but if you're doing that every day, you accumulate a relationship with it, and that's why I love public art, because it's an ongoing relationship, and it's got as much to do with the observer as it has got to do with the artwork.
The sod turning marked the start of the installation of the structure, but it wasn't cheap to get it here, coming in with a price tag of $3.3 million. And in February, Space Public Art still needed $47,000 to make it a reality.
For all of Canterbury, it's going to be a symbol of Christchurch rising from the ashes, if you like, and it's a real great statement. It'll be a really great gateway for Christchurch. It
really does signal that the city is going ahead with a rebuild, and that arts are going to be an important part of the rebuild.
Shortly after the turning, the 20-metre high sphere arrived in the country in pieces, in a state of disarray.
Seeing that it's a couple of years old and it was sitting in a container for quite a long time.
Fanfare was never meant to be a permanent piece of art when it was designed. It was a trial and error process representing a large mirror ball for Sydney's New Year's Eve disco party.
I took that theme and just modified it a little bit, and I thought if things moved in the wind they wouldn't take so much, and then I came up with the idea of just using fans, the simple that's a pinwheel fan that we all know that we had on a stick. So again, it's an accessible object that people know really easily.
It was only going to be shown for a fleeting moment, meaning it needed to go through some restructuring work to make it last for years to come.
Well, it goes from here to the sandblasters, and then from the sandblasters to the galvanizers, and from the galvanizers goes on site on the motorway, and the whole structure will be assembled and put up.
So 5 years worth of fundraising later and 4 months of installation, the structure now stands tall on the northern motorway, with its official blessing taking place yesterday, a welcoming sight for commuters for years to come. Jared McCulloch, CTV News.